Hi, Minesh Bakshi here, the host of podcast Positive Parenting. And my focus is very simple. I want to educate parents about the challenges they can have and obviously the solutions they can have based on faith. And I focus on other ideas as career as well as money mastery as well, and a few other topics. And I have the pleasure of interviewing today my good friend Liza Garcia, who's soon to be a TEDx speaker. I'm excited about next month. That will be the case with her. And she's the CEO of Now Publishing, which means she has published over 80 books, I think, or she's published a ton of books, helped a lot of authors. And I'm so glad that she's also faith-centered person like I am. Welcome, Lisa.
Thank you very much, Manish. Thank you. I appreciate this. And yes, I'm excited to, as you train people to talk on stage for TEDx and coach them. I'm very excited to be in the midst of the process, and it is a process. I'm learning, and I still don't even know the whole thing yet, but I'm getting there.
You'll do a great job. I know that because you're obviously well trained before as well. Let's talk a little bit about your business first and your background. People know who you are and you can share about you.
Sure. Well, I have been in the world of publishing now for 9 years. And in fact, this September we'll celebrate our 10th year as a book publisher. I'm pretty proud of that. I've personally helped launch 80 books, over 80 books. And I just working with highly skilled editors, helping authors, clients become published, which is achieving their dreams. Today is the first day of the Olympics, the official grand opening. And it's so inspiring to watch these athletes that achieve what they've been working for. And most of us never know what they really had to sacrifice and had to do to accomplish it. But I know personally the journeys of many clients that what they've had to do to achieve their dreams of publishing. And I really enjoy what I get to do.
Wow, that's awesome. Tell us a little bit about your journey in your faith as well.
Yes, well, I definitely consider myself as a faith-based professional. Primarily, my faith has dramatically changed for the better within my move up here to Tampa. I moved from Seattle about 11 years ago, and what I've learned very distinctly and very deliberately is that I'm nothing without my faith in Jesus, and that he provides all in every area, including parenting, which was a lesson I had to learn.
Fantastic. I totally agree with you. If I have to summarize my life in a short nutshell, would be I was born in a Hindu family in India. Jesus brought me to US to get married to my beautiful wife Kim, whose family was Christian but not really practicing as much. And then I converted to Christianity and I was able to bring up two children with strong faith as well. That's my summary in a short way to put.
You definitely have a family to be proud of, and since we've
Thank you.
known each other and I've known every member of your family, I smile when I think of the backsies, because to me your children are the fruit are the
Thank you.
fruit from the tree. And yes, you should be proud, and it doesn't come easy. We know that. Just like a good marriage doesn't come easy, a long lasting marriage, just parenting just definitely doesn't come easy.
I agree, and they both are TEDx speakers as well. And as we hosted TEDx in Lake Mary, and you were kindly a sponsor for us as well. Thanks for that. Let's talk a little bit about parenting. Tell me a little bit about your experience in parenting. I know we talked about it a little bit, but I would love to have our audience hear about that too.
Yes. Well, I never set out to be a single mom, but I ended up getting a divorce after 18 years. And my daughters were very young. They were going into second or third grade when we moved here, when the divorce was final. I really was a single working mom. Then there's that element as I raised my two daughters. And definitely a journey, and definitely experience that I wish I could go right back and start all again, just because I miss them, because I'm in a different stage right now. I am officially been an empty nester for a year and a half. My youngest is now a sophomore at UF, and I'm still their mom. I'm still parenting. It's just entirely different. And as with Macy being your oldest one, and now our conversations are, it's a young adult mentoring more is the parenting that I have now. And it is listening more than talking is what I've really learned, because really they're trying to navigate their way through things, right? And they're trying to work it out in their way. And that's a difficult thing for a parent, because we're the ones that would work it out for them and navigate it and tell them what to do and where to go and what to say. And that's not their experience now when they go away to college. They've got to figure that out. It's a different type of parenting, but just as strong skills, patience needed from me as has been.
Well, thank you for sharing that. And my daughter is 22, she's single, and because she was brought up as a Christian, like strong Christian, she hasn't had the visibility with men as much and so on and so forth, not as much dating experience and so on and so forth. So I'm at the stage where I'm saying, okay, obviously you need to find people in the right places because they have to follow Jesus. They have to be strong
Equally
Christians
yoked.
and they have to agree with the same philosophy that we believe in as like the Ten Commandments, so to speak. I think that's a struggle because the community by itself in general, the society doesn't have that many options. It's
Right.
easier to have this world of easy dating and all this kind of stuff which goes on, which obviously I don't believe in. I believe in you're not ready to date unless you're ready to get married because what are you dating for, right? That's my philosophy. Anything on your side, how your opinion shapes them, teaching them?
Well, the thing that you do learn, and I had my daughters have always been in Christian private schooling all through their entire from preschool on. And what I learned though is that they have to find their faith on their own. The great thing is they both know the word because they've grown up on it. That's like the Bible says, implanted in their heart. It's always with them. And the other great thing I know is that both of them have heard from God and they know he's there. So there's the fundamental, there's my tuition dollars at work, so to speak, and also my values imparted on them. But they really have to they have to develop their own relationship of trust and understanding with God and with Jesus. And so they won't embrace the values that I want them to embrace and live the values until they do. So that's kind of another area as you become an empty nester and as they become young adults that you've got to trust. That I trust and pray that God's angels has them and God has them and they're protected and all of that. But you have to let them work through that relationship as well, just like the other relationships they're learning and working through at this stage.
Well, thank you for sharing that. Let me ask you, you are an entrepreneur because I personally did not want to give my children any option of job. I'm saying I'm like wanted to be very clear, like you're going to be on your own, and that's pretty much what as they are doing. What is your philosophy on how to influence children in career?
Well, first of all, I would say I was married. We were married for 10 years before we had kids. And I would make a statement that my employees were teaching me how to be a parent. And actually, I was 100% right. And one thing I would say about employees that we would hire is that you can't teach work ethic. Someone either has it or not, right? Going back to my daughters, I knew that they needed to build that muscle. They needed to work. Both of my daughters worked for the YMCA at 16. And it was supposed to be a summer job. And after my first one was a lifeguard and the other was in the child care and such. And after the first summer of 16, my oldest one said, Mom, I don't want to quit my job. And I said, well, this was a summer job and academics are the most important. And I said, if you keep your grades up, then you can keep the job, but the first time they go down, you're done. Well, she was a better student because of that job. Yeah, and both of my daughters worked completely through and are still working. They both of them had 1 or 2 work study programs in college. So, and it's good because this is the economy we're all in right now. I mean, if you didn't have a work ethic before, everyone now has to have one because just to survive in this economy.
Totally in agreement. Yes. Yeah, my daughter started working at 12 at our my in-laws Chinese restaurant. So I know exactly what you're talking about, developing work ethic as well. How about money? Because obviously, in my case, I want my children to have the financial foundations as well. Luckily, I do have financial service background, and my son at 18 has like $18,000 in his retirement fund. My daughter 22 has 60,000 in it right now. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm just saying the sooner parents hear about this to do something about it. What is your idea about teaching about money for your children?
Well, I do love that you speak on this subject and that you teach people the importance of money. And I was on Sahil's podcast and I just love what he's doing. And you should be proud of that savings and nest egg. Because I mean, the statistic is something like people have maybe 1 month or 2 months of savings. It's not great. And I will tell you that my parents never talked to me about finances. And I had to learn the hard way. And, I did, especially being an entrepreneur like 25 years now. So cash flow is your, problem for many years of your company until you get it completely off the ground. But I have, my daughters both understand the importance of good credit, how you build good credit, the extra tips that they need to know to even make amazing credit. Because what I'm hoping that they can do is when they graduate, then invest in some sort of property, whether they rent it out or not. But that's been their goal for both of them. And they both have savings, and they both have learned about tithing and that. So that is what I've taught them, just some basics. But it's not very common that we talk to kids about finance. So I love that you do that. It's so important in almost every relationship we have. It's like the key important factor, right?
Absolutely. And I made too many mistakes. To be honest, I think it was close to 50 that I really started to even think about saving money much. And I'm 63, by the way, now. And I have a very flexible life. I've had that for like
You
20 plus
do.
years now. So I think all of those ideas that you mentioned are really positive. How can anybody get hold of you, Lisa?
Well, thank you. Well, my name on screen there, Liza Marie Garcia .com, of course, is available there. And then our book publishing company is CEO Book Publishing. And we're building a couple collaboration books this year and just starting off gangbuster. Very excited to just continue to do what we do and help authors bring their stories to light.
Well, thank you for making the time. I know you are in a rush. You got a lot of appointments to go to, making things happen, and I'm so proud of you.
Oh, thank you. I definitely enjoy knowing the Baxi family. Thank you.
Thank you. And parents who are watching and want to make sure you give the foundation to your children, watch this podcast and the other events as well. And also specifically about money. My son has a podcast called Future Millionaires, and we want to help young people start early in investing in something like a Roth IRA in order to get ahead. So thanks for watching. Make it a great day.